it's Micheline with Fit and Healthy for Yourself, and this week is for me race week. I am prepping for a race on Sunday. I'm running a half marathon, so this is race week. Race week is a little different than any other training week. So I want to cover today my 7 tips on how to prep for a race the week before. Because the week before is really where you have to start prepping for it. It's not the day before, it's the whole week. So basically, tip number 1 is taper your workouts. Just because you have a race on Sunday, it doesn't mean that you don't have to work out the entire week. That's no excuse for that. But however, you have to taper them. That means you have to decrease them. It means you have to decrease your running for the week. See what works for your body. For my body, a 3-day rest is perfect for my legs. I'm at my best and refreshed. 2 days works, 3 days is my best. It's my sweet spot. 4 days is a little too long, and 5 days is even worse. So at that point, I'm getting too slow because I'm actually out of training. So for me, 3 days is perfect. Find what works for you. You need to find what your usual weekly total of running miles is and decrease that to about a half to a third. So you don't have, like, if you run a lot, then taper it definitely down to a good amount. So see what works for you, but decrease a little bit. You don't want to run 10 miles the day before a half marathon. You're not going to have fresh legs for that. So therefore my run is on Sunday. I ran on Monday and I ran today. I made today an easy run just to get my legs still moving, and that's it. No sprint work, no nothing, just easy run. I'm still doing my strength workouts for today, tomorrow, and even on Friday. However, on Friday, I will not do much leg work. The worst thing you're gonna do is have a heavy leg day 2 days before a race, because you're not gonna be able to run. You're not even gonna be able to do steps. It's leg day. So don't have a leg day 2 days before your race, or even the day before. So I will not do, I will keep my legs fresh. I will still do other workouts, but I will take it easy on the legs. So tip number 2 goes with tip number 1. Tip number 2 is stay off your feet the day before race day. So my race day is Sunday, so Saturday, I don't plan on doing anything. I'm not really planning on staying on the couch the entire day. I will still do my usual walking around and my little errands and everything. However, if you plan on mowing the lawn, running a shopping spree, and doing a walk around the block, it's so that you're on your feet the entire day, that's not a good thing. So cut it down, give your feet some rest, because you need them to be fresh and perfectly primed the next day. So stay off your feet and take a well-deserved rest day the day before. Tip number 3, change as little as possible. This is not the time to do anything new. Stay with your routine the way you had it during your trainings. This is not the time to try out a new restaurant. This is not the time to try out some crazy new recipe you have never eaten before, because you don't know how your body or how your digestive system is going to take it. So stay with the same boring food that you know work for you. Same thing goes with, this is not the time to try on new running shoes. Never run a race in brand new shoes. Your feet will not like it. It's also not the time to try on new clothes, because they won't be broken in, they might shave. It's not the time to do anything new. Stay with what works for you, and you will be perfectly fine during the race. Tip number 4, hydrate. Actually, this is tip number 3, sorry. Tip number 4, or whatever it is. Hydrate. Hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. Not the day before, not the day off, the entire week. make sure you hydrate well the entire week. Also, make sure you get your electrolytes in the entire week. You don't want to be low in salt, because when you're low in salt, you don't retain water as much. So you're actually not going to be that well hydrated. And that also means your muscles are not going to be that primed. Your muscles are actually going to cramp up during the race. You need salt. So if that means have some salty pretzels the day before the race, even take maybe some salty pretzels with you, some salty snacks with you during the race. So make sure you get your salt in. So just make sure your electrolytes are perfect. So this way you're not dizzy, you don't have any fatigue, because electrolytes, if they're imbalanced, it kind of throws off our entire body, and you don't want that on race day. You don't want that during the entire week. So make sure water, electrolytes, everything is tip top. Next tip, eat what works for you. It means if you have eaten a certain way during training, that means you've had your banana before a run, then keep that going. Don't suddenly decide to make it a fancy smoothie or something. Keep it the way it works for you. Don't try anything crazy nutrition-wise, and just eat what works for you. So the other thing is, yes, runners are supposed to increase their carbohydrates before a race. Now, there's a right way and a wrong way to do this. You cannot do it with the day before by eating one heavy meal after another, because it's not going to be good on your digestive tract, because also you don't want to have bathroom issues the next day. Carbohydrates are not that easily moved through your intestines, so therefore you don't want to have a heavy carb-loaded dinner and then get up the next day. It's going to weigh you down. It's not going to have moved through. You're probably going to have bathroom issues during the race. So the best thing would be to do is a couple days before the race, slowly increase your carbs. Make it easily digestible carbs, and slowly increase. And don't have a heavy meal the day before. Actually eat your dinner earlier than usual. If you usually eat your dinner at 8 p.m. but you have a race that you have to get to by 7 a.m. the next morning, you might want to eat your dinner a little bit earlier so that your body has enough time to really digest everything and you have no bathroom issues during the race. The worst thing is to have bathroom issues during a race, because that means you spending time in a porta potty. Nobody wants that. We all want to avoid these freaking things. So make sure you're easy. That's why eat what works for you. And also you want to decrease your high fiber intake. A couple days before the race, you want to start decreasing them. And the day before, you don't even want to have high fiber foods like vegetables and all that, because they're going to keep your digestive tract working, and it's going to keep working. However, again, if you always had a heavy salad the night before a training run and you had no issues, then keep what works for you. Just don't change that up. But if you usually don't, then don't just, take it easy. See what works for you. That's why during training, you're supposed to try all of this out to see how it goes. Okay? And that's pretty much it. So take it easy. Don't stress out. Don't change anything, and you'll be perfectly fine for race day.